Hello guys, do you see that thing right there? That's snow hanging down from the roof. Well, that's Sweden in February for you. It's pretty crazy. All right, so we're going to continue talking about friendship with married women, and specifically boundaries and what that looks like for me personally. And I actually got a good email just like this week with this guy just sharing how he was really, really good friends with a married woman, and he's really good friends with the husband as well. And he's just sharing about the relationship, and it just seems like they have really good boundaries, very healthy relationship. And I just, couldn't have said it better myself, what he said in the email. And he's saying something in the beginning here, and it's that so many people blanket believe men and women cannot be close friends if one is married, which is true. Some people don't believe that. And sadly, there are mountains of evidence to justify that belief system where men and women have crossed the line and destroyed their marriages, which is true, which is why we need to be careful with this. But at the same time, there are people who maintain healthy and respectful boundaries. And right here, that's just the thing. That, we could justify that, men and women can't be friends because boundaries have been crossed, marriages have been destroyed. So some people rather would err on the side of caution, which in one way it's understandable, but I think we miss out on a lot of things, because I really, really do think that, just as this guy's saying, that we can be healthy in this area, and I don't think it needs to be that complicated. And he's saying a really great thing here in the end, and that's that we can't be arrogant or naive, because good people in bad times can be pulled into adultery, and we're not immune, which is true. But I also don't believe that you end up sleeping with someone's wife. I mean, it doesn't even have to go that far, but I mean, adultery can be just emotional, like going too far just with what you talk about. But I don't think you end up sleeping with someone just out of nowhere. Like, there's always reasons behind it. And one big thing is like your thought life. Because the fact of the matter is that if you have friends, chances are their wife, you're going to be attracted to someone's wife. It could happen. Totally. And there could be thoughts that will come into your mind about that person's wife. So I think you really need to be careful. Like, it's really important what we allow ourselves to think about, where our thoughts go, because it starts there, And if we allow ourselves to think thoughts that goes in the direction of adultery, then that could eventually lead to something. Those thoughts never just stop there; they always lead to more, and things like that. So I think that's really important, to just what we allow ourselves to think about, because if you don't even go there in your thoughts, then you're not going to go there in real life. He's also sharing here about that they have there's obviously there's a level of intimacy there. There's affection, hugging or like putting an arm around someone. And I think that's fine. And obviously everybody's comfort level is different, and in different cultures it's different as well. So you got to figure that out, what you're comfortable with and what your friends are comfortable with. The wife that you're friends with, and also the husband, obviously, what he thinks is okay. And this guy has actually really, let's see what he said. For us, it's the transparency that enables our friendship, and open, deliberate communication of boundaries that are non-negotiable on both sides. That's cool. He's having very deliberate, open communication. So, and that's totally fine. I haven't necessarily had I haven't really had a lot of talks about this, with my friends. And it's cool if you do. I guess the friends that I have really good boundaries, so I haven't had to really have that talk. If I felt like someone was crossing a boundary, I would bring it up and talk to them. But that's been fine. So that's cool. You can really talk about it and be very intentional in what you think is okay if you want to. And he says something really great, and that's that he respects. It all boils down to her respecting her marriage more than our friendship, and me respecting their marriage more than my friendship with either and both of them. Great, because their marriage is more important than your friendship with either of them. So it's great that you realize that, and that's huge as well. I said this in the video that I took down. You know, some of this, if you watch that one before I took it down, I might repeat myself a little bit here, but my boundary basically is that I would not say something to a married woman that I would not say I would not say something to a married woman that I wouldn't say if their husband was standing right next to them. Does that sound right? You know, sometimes you get like, like how you phrase things. But basically, if I say something to a married woman that I will only say if it's just the two of us, then I think that's adultery. That's crossing the line. So that's personally my boundary. And if I'm sending a message to someone to Facebook, like a married woman, to me, like, and sometimes I even say, hey, just so you know, anything that I tell you or send you, you are more than welcome to show to your husband, you know. And if there's something, I do a lot of messaging on Facebook because I have people in different countries. So, but if I am messaging a married woman, basically I'm messaging both her and her husband. So, I think that's huge. That's really key. Oh, let's see here. What else? Just be kind of like one example. For example, tonight I'm going over to some friends, their house. This married couple, and they're great friends of mine. And I actually have known her longer than I've known him. But they're both really good friends of mine. So let's say it's getting a little bit late, and we're hanging out, and the husband, the guy, is like, I'm really tired. I'm going to go to bed right now. And it's like 11 p.m. at night. Well, guess what that means? That means I'm going home, because there's no need for me to sit and just chat with her, like, just the two of us. And I don't think anything would happen. Of course not, because that's not even in my mind. But it's just better to not put yourself in those situations, like when you're tired, and even if you won't like end up sleeping with someone, like you might end up talking about something that's a little bit more emotional, a little bit more vulnerable, and that you connect on that level in a way that maybe wasn't healthy. Because when you're tired, when it's late, you're more likely to cross some of those boundaries because you kind of just let go of your guard. So I think that's, at least for me, that's important, that I don't like stay too late or anything. That hasn't really come up, really, but I'm just saying, if it ever would, then that means he's going to bed, I'm going home. So things like that, I think, can really help you. Thank you guys for your comments on my last video, and keep commenting on this. We'll see we'll keep talking about this another week, maybe. I've got a bunch of other topics and emails that you guys have sent me that I really want to get to and do love bounds on, and I definitely don't have any lack of material. So look forward to those, and I love you guys.